What's up, nail geeks? Today I have Quixotic Polish's 2018 holiday collection to share with you guys. There are 4 polishes and 1 topper in this collection. So I'd like to start out with the topper, as I'm going to show you guys this one over the other 4 polishes in the collection, as well as what I interpreted our PR information for on this one. This is Snowy London. This is described as a scattered, assorted size hollow topper, perfect for adding a little snow to your favorite colors. This one will be $8 when the collection releases. Now, we were told to show this over a white polish, and this time of year, for some reason, I typically think of French manicures. I'm not too sure why I've associated the season with that, but I did have a conversation with a friend recently, and we were talking about back in the day when we used to get our nails done at salons, so I guess it was in my head. So I'm showing you guys a French style gradient that I'm using OPI's Nail Envy that is tinted in Hawaiian hibiscus, and the white is Funky Fingers gesso. So I'm just going in with a makeup sponge and just creating a gradient. I really feel like this topper is super pretty. If you've been in the indie community for quite some time, you would remember a couple years ago everything was about China Glaze fairy dust, and it was always, you know, fairy dust everything. I think this is a fantastic replacement for that, to be honest. It's super versatile. It has a nice assortment of holographic particles in it, and I think it just gives a really nice like a larger type of sparkle, as well as a smaller sparkle on your nails. One thing I really do like about putting toppers over gradients is it hides any imperfections you could possibly do to give you that really smooth effect. Formula on Snowy London does have a nice jelly feel to it, and when I went in with it, it just easily gave me a dense scatter across my nails. I didn't have any issues whatsoever going in and trying to get as much covering my nails as possible. The flakes in there for the larger particles picked up easily for me, and they laid down nice and flat. As you're seeing here, I had no texture after top coat. My nails were smooth to the touch, and that went across the board for when I used Snowy London on the other polishes as well. So the first actual non-topper polish in the collection I'm showing you guys is Vintage Rose. Official description is a delicate faded rose gold base set with a linear hollow effect and subtle hollow micro flakies. So this one does have a somewhat lighter feel to the formula. It does bead very nicely on the brush, so I don't see anybody really needing to struggle with it. It has a very smooth application, as you're seeing here. Now I do have, as if you've been following my videos, you've seen that my free edge is quite a bit lighter color than the rest of my nail, quite drastically in my opinion. So I felt like on the second coat here, I almost had full coverage. I did go in for that third coat just to kind of really bring out the opacity, and then after that I had no issues whatsoever. I couldn't see my smile line at all. The base of this one is a really nice faded rose gold. I would almost call it like a dusky mauve, almost like a light mauve. I do refer to that as that color in my blog post. It's a very flattering color. If there's one polish like shade that I typically gravitate towards outside of my usual blue and green, it's mauve-y type colors. And I really feel like this one flattered even with myself being warm toned. Now, the flakies in this one give it a lovely, strong golden glow overall, and the holographic particles are super strong as well. They create a linear rainbow in the backdrop. So after top coating, I didn't have any texture with this one. We were smooth as possible to go. And here I am showing you guys 1 coat of Snowy London over Vintage Rose. So I think in the bright lights here, you're kind of seeing more of the twinkle effect. It does give just a little extra sparkle to the overall look. I think, honestly, Snowy London really looked great over all 4 of these. And you can't go wrong with pairing it with anything else, to be honest. The second polish that is non-topper in the collection is Mythic Icicles. Official description is an icy blue duochrome base that shifts aqua to purple with linear hollow and micro hollow flakes. So this one will be $10.50 outside if you purchase it individually. The formula on this one has a nice medium feel to it. It does apply super opaque and it builds very quickly to opacity. After the second coat, I felt like it was going to be redundant at that point to go any higher. So Smile Line was covered at 2 coats. I felt completely comfortable with the way it looked, and it had that really nice, just loud in your face appearance overall. The hollow particles in this one give a scattered holographic effect, and there is also a linear hollow effect as well in this one. There is mostly, you'll see it in this really lovely vibrant blue here. Now in person, you'll be blown away. It's just so much better in person. The bright lights, I think, really don't do this polish justice. In person, it's going to have a really like glowy effect. I think my blog photos kind of captured it a little bit. On tilt, you're going to see that purple shift come out to play, and that aqua comes out with bright lights. And here I'm doing 1 coat of Snowy London over Mythic Icicles. And it just, once again, just adds just a little extra factor to it. Like I said, with my gradient, I was feeling pretty extra. So we were going to top all the things with this. And I feel like it is a very versatile topper. And here it's just giving it just some super extra sparkle to the overall finish. Next, we've got Missile Toad. Adorable name, by the way. Official description is a frosty emerald green base, ablaze with green to teal shifting aurora pigments, linear hollow effect, and hollow micro flakes. On its own, this one will be 11. Now, this is a green to really blow out other holiday greens, in my opinion. It's a wonderful take on the usual shade that we see this time of year. In person, it's got a very strong golden glow to it. The base, as you're seeing on this first coat here, is like almost like a foresty kind of evergreen type of green, and on extreme angles you'll see it just light up with this almost bluish looking effect. Super interesting and very complex. I think you're mostly going to see it how you're seeing here. There's just that really burning golden shimmer effect on the overall appearance. Super pretty. Now this one, I did feel the formula was very similar to Mythic Icicles. It built up very quickly to opacity for me. I didn't see a reason to go to 3 coats, so I think most are going to be good on 2 coats as well on this one. This one also has a linear holographic effect as well as a scattered hollow effect from the hollow micro flakes. After top coating, I had no texture. And going in with 1 coat again of Snowy London, you can see it just gives it that extra factor of sparkliness. And if you like the bling, you'll definitely want to add this one to your order, just to kind of really make a lot of these pop sparkle wise. The final polish in the holiday collection is Cranberry Sauce. This is described as a cranberry pink sauce swimming with blue, green, red, copper, and indigo shifting iridescent flakes, accented with hollow microflakes. On its own, this one would be $11. So I was very, very, very pleased with the formula on this one. For a jelly polish, it applies super opaque, very in your face. It's a vibrant, rich color. The flakes in this one are just, it's very, very loaded with them, and they behaved very nicely for me. I had no issues picking them up on the brush. They laid down flat for me, as you're seeing here. They're all behaving and doing what they're supposed to do. For a jelly polish, I was also pleased that on the second coat, I did not feel the need to go to another coat with it. I felt like it was perfectly fine. You are seeing just a touch of my smile line in this shot, but in person, it's perfectly fine. And it's got that really rich, opaque appearance after top coating as well. So I had no texture with this one either, and in person, you're gonna see here on the full mani shot, it's like just super, super sparkly, and those flakes come up in all types of colors. I'm seeing greens and blues and fuchsia and oranges. super, super vibrant, really, really in your face. Once again, if sparkle is your thing, pick this one up. It's really just magnificent in the flaky department. Now going in with 1 coat of Snowy London over Cranberry Sauce, I will say that I think this was my favorite combination out of the set. So Cranberry Sauce, like I was saying, is already super sparkly with those flakies, but adding Snowy London to it just really took it up to the next level. And it laid down super flat for me, no texture here, and on the full mani shot here, it's just like super blingy, just really, really in your face. So the entire collection will launch December 1st at 9 a.m. Pacific time. If you do purchase all 5 polishes in the collection, it will be $50. Now, I also want to encourage you guys to check out the other polishes in her shop if you have not checked out what's available right now as well. I did manage to snag a couple during Indie Shop San Antonio this season, and I promise I'm going to get around to swatching them, but I'm just going to throw it out there that in person they are absolutely beautiful, and you should check out what else is in the shop as well when these release on the 1st. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.